Hey, you feel me? I love it, man. I love being legendary, man. This shit.
All right, we're rocking and rolling, man. We have the legendary shoe doctor in the building, bro. I've been following your page for a while. Obviously, an unfortunate event has occurred where your store got broken into not too long ago, and a lot of people were just tapping in and turning up the news and watching what happened. Obviously for you, it must have been detrimental, but talk about what had happened, what had occurred, and where you're at right now with it.
Okay, so like for everybody that know, I've been cleaning shoes for the past 10 years. So like it's so crazy at the time. I'm in the hospital. I checked into the hospital because I thought I had pneumonia. You feel me? So I'm sitting in the hospital bed waiting for the test results to come back to see if I got pneumonia. I'm getting a message saying that my alarm going off, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, I know ain't nobody breaking in my shit. So boom, long story short, they broke in my shop. So it was like the first break-in, it was like, all right, shit happens. Like, okay. So they didn't really get a lot of shoes off the first break-in. It was probably like, they got probably like 40 pair of shoes. So we was gearing up to open like 2 days later because shit, I was about to pay everybody for their 40, it's 40 pair of shoes. I don't even really got to file insurance claim on this. It's only 40 pair of shoes. So I was just gearing up to pay the customers back and open right back up. 2 days later, we get broke into again. That's what threw me through a loop. I'm like, damn, like, I'm already sick as hell. You hear me? I actually did have pneumonia, so it was like, damn, I got pneumonia. I'm sick as fuck. Then they done broken my shit again. Yeah. And now the second time, it's like they broke into it and stole damn near everything because we was gearing up. We was trying to get all the shoes out the building because we realized we shouldn't even have this many shoes in the building, period.
Yeah. So
we done called everybody to come get their shoes on Friday. They broke in my shop that Thursday night. So it was like, what the fuck? Yeah. You feel me? So then that kind of really threw my customers through a loop because we done called everybody that shoes in there to come pick up their shoes on this Friday, and now all their shoes and got stolen this Thursday.
Man.
You feel me? So it was just like,
yeah.
At that point, I didn't even want to open back up. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was ready to just cut my losses and just go to the suburbs. Like yeah. Detroit, because it's not my first break-in. Like, I experienced a break-in. I used to have a stop on 7 Mile and Van Dyke.
Yeah.
So...
Can you bring that mic a little closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just drag it closer.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I had another break-in on 7 Mile and Van Dyke. This was years ago, though. But, we ain't experienced a break-in in like 5 years. I thought that I had got to that level, that I serviced the community enough. Because, it go beyond shoes. Like, I'm a mentor. Like, everybody know I get shoes back to the community. I'm not the person that... If these shoes been sitting forever, I'm about to be selling people shoes. Like, nah, I really give them to somebody that need them, that really need them. Like, and everybody know that. So it was like, when you start out the podcast, you say a legend. It's like, it ain't even about being a legend. It's just about, I've been in this community for 10 years. Like, I'm a staple in this community. So how could y'all do that? You feel me?
Talk about how you're recovering from that right now. What are the stages that you're taking? What are the steps that you're taking to recover right now?
Okay, so first off, like, my insurance, it really ain't cover everything. So like,
damn.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm glad like I experienced this like on a lower scale because, I got bigger things coming. So it's like, I'm glad I experienced this on a lower scale and I'm able to take care of my customers out of pocket. You feel me? Instead of having people wait, like the customers that know, like, I'm about to just pay y'all out of pocket. My insurance claim ain't even came yet. So it's just like, I'm just going to take this and just pay y'all so we can open back up and just move forward.
Right. And then you took a little bit of a trip. Talk about just taking a break for a second, what you were doing on that break.
Man, like, I ain't going to lie. Like, this has been the most stressful break of my life. Like, like, you feel me? Because you could just got to, just imagine if you had 10 pair of shoes in my shop and they got stole.
Yeah.
You feel me? You waiting on me to get you together when I'm waiting on insurance claim to get me together. So it's like I know my customers' frustration. I want to wear my shoes. If I put them there to get clean and get them back in 3 days. I'm waiting a month now to get my...
So some of the shoes that are there aren't even just like it's is it all like just returning back to a customer who had sent them in for cleaning, or is it any of it like stuff that you sell, or like how does it work?
No, it's like all my business is a customer based business. So like all the shoes got took, it was somebody's shoes.
Yeah,
you know,
that's terrible, bro. And so they're waiting to like I know this is like a stupid like to get there, but like was there a really expensive pair? There was like a Jordans that were signed by Jordan or some shit.
It was just like just say like a nigga spent like $1,700 on some Louis, the new Louis that came out. I had one customer, he had 5 pair in there, so I gotta get him like 9,000. You feel me? That's one customer, 9,000.
So you have to pay him back 9,000.
9,000 out of my pocket.
Is there anybody who's sympathetic with what's happening and going like, you
I
don't
mean,
have to
see, like I started not to open back up and just move to another location. Like I was thinking Royal Oak. But it just showed me like how much my customers love me around the city. Like I thought motherfuckers was gonna be pissed the fuck off. Like motherfuckers like, oh, people ain't gonna take this as well just cause how many shoes got stole. Like I'm like, oh yeah, we stay in Detroit. Motherfuckers kill about anything. So I'm like, oh yeah, motherfuckers about to be pissed off about this. But just how people reaction was like, man, that's some hoe ass shit. Like y'all like they'll do that to you, bro. Like just. I'll wait till you get me together. Like I ain't tripping. So it just showed me like people like waiting on me to open back up. That's why I'm doing this interview right now. It's like I got so much love in the city that it was like, damn, I really wanted to say, all right, I'm done with Detroit. I'm moving on. I'm going to Royal Oak, open my shop in Houston. I'm just gonna keep on opening up. I did Detroit, but it just showed me like how much my customers want, need, and love the shoe doctor. That I just gotta stay on liver noise, and take this L. Kid L interview.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. It's like it's good to see that you're hopping back like this, and the support that you're getting. Obviously, like people wouldn't support you if it wasn't pure intentions. Like if anybody knows you're a notable person, and if you've done a lot for the community, and if you've done a lot for them, I'm sure you looked out for a lot of your customers in certain circumstances and whatnot.
Definitely.
They're going to show love back.
Definitely.
If you're on more of the greedy side, obviously, and you're just doing stuff just for the money, and people feel that, they might not be as sympathetic with the situation. So let's get to the history of the shoe doctor, man. Talk about well, first of all, as a person, for you yourself, where are you from?
I'm from Highland Park.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just talk about your experiences growing up in Highland Park, man.
Like shit, I grew up in Highland Park. Like I mean, I had a great childhood. I ain't come up from like not having. Like I always I come from like a prominent family that's from Highland Park. Like my great granddaddy was a city treasurer. Like my grandma, she ran for mayor. Like I got politicians in my family. That's like we always been about business in my family. That's why I think that I'm just an entrepreneur, and it's a couple entrepreneurs in my family. So like, you ever heard of like the Rowland family in Highland Park? Like even with my daddy, like I watched my daddy own multiple business, multiple family flats growing up. I got property in the city, not just from seeing my mom and my daddy own property in the city of Detroit. So it's like when you come up with that type of background, like I ain't come up like that. Like, how everybody else be wild as hell. Like, yeah, like I had a fucked up it get wild when you get to high school and shit. You get a whole nother field. But my backstory, like really, like I came up from a good background. I ain't gonna be on this bitch like I did.
No, yeah. I feel like people kind of get the misconception of when I ask them, like, I'll be like, so it was like growing up in Detroit, and they're like, just like everybody else. And I'm just like, I don't mean it like did something terrible happen to you. It's more just like, how did it make you become who you are today?
That's what really carried me like on to being who I am today. Like just watching my great granddaddy run Highland Park, like watching my grandma and my mama and my daddy own property. Like that would really like it didn't click into me till I got older and realized like the upbringing that you come up to, like that really it make an imprint on your life.
Yeah.
Like no matter like what you go through, like yeah, I done been in jail, I done been in gangs, all that shit, but it's like that's not the important part to talk about. The important part to talk about is like what shaped your background.
Yes.
And you feel me? And that's what did.
Yeah, exactly. The good times, the bad times, everything in between, man. It's, having people around you that are successful. The thing that's crazy about Highland Park is like every time somebody comes and talks about Highland Park, it's never like a good story usually. We've had people come on here saying it's like a third world country type thing.
Yeah, I seen that interview. That shit just crazy because like it's really not. Like Highland Park was like the most prominent city in Michigan for a while. Like, you know, we used to get money back in the day. And, you know, my family was a part of that, getting the money back in the day. And so it's like, yeah, everything, every like Detroit, like 10 years ago, Detroit was fucked up. Like, downtown was a ghost town. Like, when we used to party a lot 1210, a lot 29, all that shit downtown, that shit was a ghost town. Downtown looked shit like how it used to. You feel me? So you just gotta look at it like that. Every city gonna go through their thing. Like, we just had a couple fucked up politicians that was stealing money. Like, you wanna really pretty funky with it, like shit.
What's the life like as far as, you know, you're growing up, obviously whatever mischief happens, whatever this and that. What's the first career decision or what's the first entrepreneur decision that you made?
I ain't gonna lie, selling weed, like shit. That was my first entrepreneur thing, like shit. And you know the crazy part about it, my uncle was the one who put me on with the shit. Like, high school was like lit for me. Like, high school, I had the bows on deck for like $400.
Yeah.
Reggie bows. That's, you know, I graduated in 2009, so you know this Reggie weed going around. You know, I got the Cuddy with the Gucci in the inside. I got about 5 pair of buffs. Anybody know my high school was lit.
So you woke up excited to go to school?
Every day. Like, I love going to school. Like,
it's crazy.
There's money to be made. You know, I got the hood twerking on the low, you know. I
used to have a friend that sold like Red Bulls out of his locker for like $5 a can. And I was like, what are you going to do with that? And then I realized he was selling like 30, 40 cans a day. I'm like, oh, you.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you. That was my first entrepreneur experience. Like, damn, this shit really, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to school making paper. That's crazy.
That's why I didn't go to college. Like, I was making so much paper. Like, I just saying that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I fell off my senior year. So it was bad. My senior year, my house burnt down, all type of shit. So, like, I ain't even go on my senior trip because my house done burnt down. My dog burnt up, all type. Yes, bro. I was sick about it. And I'm playing basketball, though. I'm on I played basketball all through high school. Like, I've been on varsity since 9th grade. So, like, I always hoop. So, like, I'm at the game. I get on the bus. It's like, I got, like, 90 missed calls. I'm like, oh, yeah, somebody did. You know, you see 90 missed calls. When have you ever seen 90 missed calls on your phone?
Right.
I'm like, somebody did. They call me like, oh, yeah, your house burned up. Like, I'm like, oh, my God. And I was staying by myself at the time. So, it was like, after that, you know, I really my senior year was some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I fell off with the weed. House done burnt up. It was, but that's what build character though. You feel me?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And then what was the bounce back from that? Like, how did you overcome that?
And shit, it was just like you go from having everything. Like that's like down there my life story. You go from having a lot to a little. So it's like just with the breaking and shit. Like I take that shit on the chin and keep it moving because I experienced way worse shit than somebody breaking in and stealing all my shit. And you know what's the craziest part about it? I wasn't even gonna say it on this interview, but the month before somebody broke in my crib in Atlanta and stole all my shit. Yes. So it was just like I'm just experienced a couple L's this year, but when you take a couple wins, you know, you gotta take them L's, man.
What do you think it is that, like, I mean, obviously you're getting targeted a lot for theft. Like, people are whatever, you know, just knowing like go rob this guy apparently, but what do you think it is that makes somebody, like, are you susceptible to it somehow? Are you like letting the wrong people around you, or what do you think it is that makes it lets it happen?
I mean, it's like in life you got different levels and shit. So you feel me? So like you gonna learn this too. You feel me? So you 2 years in the game, I'm 10 years in the game. So each level you get, the people that's around you, you gotta let some of them go. You keep holding on to the wrong people and you know that, you feel me, that they participate in bullshit or be around bullshit, then somehow, some way, that bullshit gonna come back to you. And that's what I learned. Like each level, like everybody can't go. That's what you're gonna learn. Like
I I unfortunately, I mean, like I did learn that lesson. Like last year, I went through like a really unfortunate circumstance where it was like it was fight related and stuff, and I realized at that point like I gotta let a lot of people go out of my life.
Yeah.
And literally right after that, everything it was
taking
crazy. It was crazy. And now even this week, I'm learning that again. Like there's a whole new set of people. Where I'm like, okay, that's enough with that.
Exactly. Like you just gotta, and then it might hurt you though. It's like some of the people that you might love to death, that you might just love to kick it with, but at some point when you get to another level, you can't even kick it with them no more. You got to kick it with these type of people.
Right.
You know, and these type of people is around you all the time, but you still trying to kick it with these. Like, you got to just let it go. Like, and that's what I'm just learning. Like, you know, everybody, like, anybody tell you, like, you're not going to really hear too much bad about my character. You probably not. Like, if it's anything, somebody got their shoes fucked up or something. You feel me? That's it. But everybody know, like, I'm just a genuinely good person. So it's like, it'd be hard for me just to let people go. But I'm just learning in life, like, you just got to level up and just, you know, everybody can't go.
After you go through the, you know, traumatic experience, losing your house, losing, obviously, your dog, I mean, that's probably the hardest part for sure. I can't even imagine. But what was the next move for you? Like, what did you do after that?
Man, so it was time to go to college and shit, you feel me? So, like, I had all the counselors, like, I was in the top 5. What's that, like, the ACT score at your school and shit, when they do, like, the top 100.
Yeah.
Like, I scored, like, in the top 5, and the whole school was saying I cheated and shit. The shit was crazy. It was, like, conspiracy, like, Ken cheated, like, hey. I'm like, I don't got, like, because I was the type of nigga, I'm skipping class, like, I'm selling weed, like, you know, I wasn't really, my senior year, I wasn't really focused on, like, going to college, but, like, I scored that high-ass score on the ACT score, and it just, I mean, it showed me, like, damn, the counselor was like, you need to apply to this school, this school, this school. Like, I never applied to go to a college. Like, I was just like, I'm about to go in the hood, you know. I was thinking, like, I was gonna be Frank Lucas at that time. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my entrepreneurial spirit was just like, you know, I started selling weed, so that's all I knew. So it was just like, I seen how much money I could get off this weed. Like, I just knew in my mind, like, man, I go to college, I'm not about to be in debt for that shit. Like, I'm about to make me some money. Like, them niggas about to go waste 4 years of their life. But then, like, I'm not gonna cap. Like, 4 years later, I looked up, I was still doing the same shit, and these motherfuckers graduating. I'm like, damn, I should have went to college. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? So that's my only regret, like, because I could have went to, like, there or any college I wanted to go to, just off my scores, and, like, I ain't had no bad GPA neither. It was like, I just had to get my shit together, but that's what my focus was.
Yeah. And so college, you didn't really try to take that route to the fullest at all?
No, I ain't
just stayed in kind of...
Yeah, but
I mean, you had the
hood.
potential to go to school, you had the potential to do all that, but you kind of just decided, like, let me stay where this money's reoccurring.
Like, I didn't even say that, like, I ended up getting shot my senior year, too. Like, that was another part of it. So, like, I hooped all the way through school, and I ended up getting shot, not my senior year, my junior year. So, it was like, my whole plan before college was to go to school and hoop for college. You feel me? So, like, after that was over with, it's like, all right, I can't hoop for college. I'm not about to just go to college, and I don't even know what I want to master in. So it's just like, that was another part of it. Like, I'm just not about to go to college to be going to college. Like, none of my friends really knew what they was going to college for at the time. Either they were just like, I got it in this school. Like, what you going for, bro? I ain't decided yet, but I'm going. Like, that was damn near like 80% of the people that was going to college. Like, I ain't decided yet, but I'm like, you ain't decided yet. I was just that hip back then. Like, you ain't decided yet, but you about to put yourself in debt. Like, no, I'm about to continue what I've been doing. And then if I want to go to college in the future, that was on my mindset. Like, if I want to go to college now, you know, I can always go instead of being in debt right now, and I don't even know what the fuck I want to do there.
What was, like, the transition from obviously being a street entrepreneur to being, like, in the business realm of, you know, working with, like, a storefront or anything like that?
Man, going to jail, bro. Like, going to jail. Like, I went to jail a couple times, and I just figured, like, I don't see how people just go to jail and just continue to go to jail. Like, I went to jail one time for 30 days.
Shit. That
shit killed my spirit. Like, I'm like, I can't do this shit. Like, ended up going to jail again for 60 days. After I went to jail for 60 days, that changed my life. I said, yeah, I love y'all niggas to death, but this not for me, cause I can't see myself going to jail for a year. A year, 60 days just killed my whole, love. So it was just like, fuck that shit. I went and got a job at Walmart. All my niggas know, like, I'm straight. Nigga, last time I went to jail, I got out of jail, nigga, my sister was the manager at Walmart. I mean, she was like a assistant or some shit, but she got me in that bitch. Like, I worked at Walmart for like about a year. That was like my first real job. I worked at Walmart in the deli for like damn near 2 years. Yeah. I used to be fucking all the bitches in Walmart and shit.
That's
like,
fire.
Fire.
Like
nigga,
the
I
customers?
loved it. The customers, the employees.
That's
like
fire,
I was having
man.
a rampage in Walmart.
It's fire. It's fire.
And then like the deli, I was in the ghetto Walmart, the Dearborn boys. So like the women's department was like right across from the deli. So I'm talking to bitches all day. This is my first job. I'm like, oh hell yeah. I don't see why niggas I don't go get no job. Like this shit lit.
That's so funny.
Hey, nigga, that turned me up. That was my first job. And after that shit, I ended up getting a construction job. Yeah. And then I was working that bitch. And that's when I came up with Shoe Doctor. I was doing a construction job. That was my second job. And then it was just so crazy. Like, when I was doing the construction shit, like, I'm in that bitch like, man, I can't do this shit for the rest of my life. Like, yeah, freeze, bro. It's cold as fuck. Yeah, it's like, dog, this shit is slave labor. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is 2012. Like, I was getting down there like $17 an hour. So that was kind of like good back then. But, I'm slaving for this shit. I'm outside. I'm on buildings, delivering drywall. I'm like, oh, yeah. I used to be in the truck with my mans every day, like, bro, I gotta come up with something, like, nigga. Like, when you in the truck with a nigga for like 14 hours out the day, then y'all have a lot of conversations, you feel me? So it's like, he from the army and shit, so we like, nigga, we had a lot of conversations. And then one day, nigga, I was like, while I was doing the construction shit, all through high school, I was a jewelry nigga, so I was a sneakerhead off the dribble, you feel me? So I used to collect jewelries all the time, you feel me? So like, when I was working the construction job, I probably had like 60 pair of J's every Saturday. I ain't had shit in life but to go get the J's on Saturday. That was like, I ain't had no responsibilities. I'm staying with my sister. Yeah. I'm just copping jewelry. You feel me? Got my first crib. You know what I did before I got my bed in my first crib? I put the racks in my basement for my shoes. That's how much I was into Jordans. Like, nigga, I ain't even have I had an air mattress, but all my shoes, them bitches was neatly placed out. You feel me? You go in my basement, this shit look like how niggas' closet looks today with all the shoes. You could look at them bitches like, oh, you got them. You feel me? It was a competition between me and my niggas now, because they doing the street shit.
What do you think makes Jordan so special?
I mean, I don't even like Jordans now, but like,
well, to society, like to be the number one shoe brand ever besides like Yeezys, I think. Like, what?
I mean, it's the same thing with Yeezys right now. Jordan just had the nigga, like, it was the number one sneaker back then. Like, everybody know, like, if you was a kid in Detroit City, like, you stood in like Jordan lines, like, you could meet females in the line. Like, I'm talking about, I done stood in long ass lines and still got the shoe. But I mean, it'd be entertaining. Like, you done seen fights in the line. Like, I done seen all type of shit. But it's just like, that used to be the thing growing up. Like, nigga, you come back to school on that Monday after that Saturday drop. Like, nigga, you feel me? Who got them bitches? That's how I used to be in school. Like, shit, who got these bitches? Like, nigga, and I had damn near every drop. Like, nigga, I used to go to school on the east side and shit. Like, they hate me over there now, like, where I went to school at and shit, but, nigga.
We'll talk about the Shoe Doctor introduction. How did it start? Was it very, like, just at the crib type shit in the beginning? Like, how did you start it as a business?
Like, shit, all right, so the Shoe Doctor shit started. I told you I was doing a construction job and shit, and I had all the J's, so, like, I was the type of nigga that I was copping so many J's that I wear them bitches like 2 times and I put them in a box. And then by the time I can even think about them, another pair of Jordans coming out. So now I'm wearing them 2 times. You feel me? So I'm really only wearing shoes probably like 3 times at the max. So I'm going in my basement after I got my first crib and shit. Open up the boxes, there's spider webs and shit all in the box. And I'm like, damn, all the shoes was dirty. It's like, I'm not even sweet as hell no more because all these shoes dirty. So I'm like, damn, I get so I took like 20 pair. I'm like, it's a shoe repair shop in my hood. That bitch called Lynn Shoe Repair. And it's like off Warren and Davidson. So I took like 20 pair in there. I'm bringing the first 5 pair in there in the boxes and shit. The owner like, oh no, we don't clean Jordans, we don't clean Nikes, just dress shoes. I'm like, bro, I got like 20 pair in the car though. I'm like, shit. He like, oh no, we don't take them shoes. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking in my head, fuck nigga, you done missed so much money, I'm about to call the next person. So I hop in the car, I'm sitting in this parking lot. I'm calling the person on Google and shit. I called the next closest shoe repair shop. It was like on Livernois. The crazy thing is they right where I'm at right now. It's called House of Morrison. Shout out to House of Morrison because I fuck with them. But it's in 2012. I'm calling them. They like, nah, we don't accept them shoes. I'm like, damn. So I done called like 10 shoe repairs. It's starting to intrigue me now. You know how shit starting to go off in your head? So I'm calling Mo and Mo and Mo and Mo. Not one shoe repair shop in Michigan told me that they would take these shoes in. I'm like, what the fuck? I stand in line with niggas since I was in 2nd grade. Hundreds of people that got Jordans at the crib that's dirty as fuck. And it's nobody in Michigan that's gonna take these shoes right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's crazy, bro. Blew my mind. You feel me? So that was like my aha moment. Like, oh shit, this a business. You feel me? This a business. So it's like, I know how to clean gym shoes. My lazy ass just don't want to do it right now. So now I took them same 20 pair of shoes back to the crib. Nigga, this when Instagram first started popping. I had like 3,000 followers because I'm doing the construction shit. Mind you, the construction shit, I'm delivering drywall to $1 million cribs every day. So I'm just getting followers just off niggas never seen shit that they seeing. Like I'm all the way like on 23 Mile Road and shit at hockey players' house. They're getting their basement renovated, putting a hockey rink in their basement type shit. But you see all the shit in their crib. You know how motherfuckers be when you come to their crib. They want to give you a tour. So I'm just touring it out. And that's when Instagram was fresh. So it was like I had like 6,000 followers before anybody really had like a lot of followers like that type shit. This in 2012, you feel me?
Mm.
So, boom, I end up going to work the next day after I went to the shoe repair shops and shit. I work with all white motherfuckers. No offense.
Yeah, I'm not white.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to take it over, but I work with all white motherfuckers. There's only one black nigga at my job and shit. This nigga named Don. So I asked him and shit because he used to cop all the J's like me. Ain't nobody at my job really cop the J's. So it was just like one other person at my job. So I asked him, I'm like, bro, how much you would pay somebody to clean your shoes? He like, it's a nigga cleaning shoes? I'm like, just how much you would pay a nigga? He like, shit, I pay a nigga like $20 to clean my shit. He like, I hate cleaning my shoes. When he said it like that, I'm like, all right, boom. I already had the name in my head, like Shoe Doctor. Like, that was just like the first name. It wasn't even no other name that I was comparing it to. It was like Shoe Doctor, Shoe Doctor. So shit, I changed my shit at lunch. I went to the crib after I got off work, cleaned like 10 pair of shoes. And I ain't gonna lie, I finessed the whole shit because I made it seem like people dropped their shoes off already. Like, customer just dropped off 5 pair of shoes to get clean.
But they're your shoes?
They my shoes.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I had like 5, 6 people hit me up that day to come pick up their shoes. Like 2 of my men, shout out to my nigga Smooth, he was the first person. He gave me like 10 pair of shoes to clean. You feel me? Then out them 5 people, I had like 30 pair of shoes the first day. I'm like, damn. How you feel? I done made some cheese off this shit the first day I posted. This is the first shit I ever really, you know?
Yeah.
Just imagine you just came over some shit and you posted that shit. You like, damn, I got 3 of these people I don't even know from a can of paint. They done gave me their shoes to clean.
Yeah.
You feel me? 2 of them my homeboys, but it's like, damn, I got like 30 pair of shoes in this bitch, and I'm taking pictures of them. And then it's just like, that shit was just like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like a snowball effect. Every day somebody was calling me. I'm just posting pictures. Every day somebody calling me. Mind you, back then, this what niggas hate to, because there's a lot of people. Shout out to everybody in the city that's cleaning shoes too, you feel me? I love that shit. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. You know, I started in the basement. Get y'all a spot and just keep it going, because the more people that clean shoes, the bigger this industry get. So I never been a hater on that. You feel me? Like, I love it. Like, yes. You doing what? Yes. So it's like,
yeah. And nobody else is doing the Jordans, which is interesting, and the Nike shoes, which is interesting. And you kind of just looked at that like that's an open market right now.
facts.
To move on that, talk about building it to the point that it's at now. How did you get it to become so successful and have the storefront?
Okay, so like, I started this shit, and then like 6 months into it, mind you, I'm at the crib with the shit, so I'm getting so many shoes. I'm like, I need a space. You feel me? Because this shit, motherfuckers got bed bugs, all type of shit. So, like, I can't be bringing this shit to the crib all the time. You feel me? Like, I'm like, I got to find somewhere to go. And then my homegirl, she put me hip to the Greenfield Plaza. Like, the Greenfield Plaza, that was like, if nobody know about the Greenfield Plaza, this gonna be a clip right here for you. If nobody know about the Greenfield Plaza, most of the most prominent businesses that's in the city right now came from the Greenfield Plaza, like District 81, High Octane, Ty. He started in the Greenfield Plaza. Charisma Closet started in the Greenfield Plaza. Cash Doll started in the Greenfield Plaza. Shout out to DJ BJ started in the Greenfield Plaza. You feel me? It was a lot of us in there at the same time. Shout out to Enjoy Detroit. You know, we was all in there at the same time. So it's like a lot of businesses that's flourishing in the city right now. We was all in the Greenfield Plaza 2012, 2011, like Eastside Ivo in the parking lot shooting his skits every day. Like, we seeing like everybody that's really doing something right now that got a good business, you know, trapped out the Greenfield Plaza. So anybody that got something to say about the Greenfield Plaza, man, we all had our ups and downs in there, but that's where we all started from.
That's so
man,
cool.
Anybody could tell you that. Like,
that's so cool. It's
no
like a
cap.
little networking facility
Facts.
for entrepreneurs and entertainers. That's really cool.
Facts. And it was just like everybody been through there. Like band gangs, and anybody that you know, any rapper, Peasy, like everybody that been through the Greenfield Plaza to do something.
Did you take it from there to a bigger complex? Like like when did that happen?
All right, so like the craziest shit that happened was like with the owner. Like anybody know Fatty like money hungry. So like I was on the 4th floor and I was banging so hard on the 4th floor that he like, you got to come to the 1st floor. But me looking at it, I didn't want to spend that extra cheese because you trying to charge me $1,500 to come to the 1st floor when I'm paying $500 on the 4th floor. You feel me? You complain about the elevator traffic. I got so many people getting out here with shoes that you want me to come to the 1st floor. So after about a year, he finally said, fuck it. He told me I can get on the 1st floor for $800 just between me and him. You feel me? So my lease was for $800 for a year. So after the 1st year, he tried to take it up to $1,500. I'm like, you kind of duped me into coming down this bitch because I still be on the 4th floor. He like, no, you can't go back up there, and basically trying to force me into paying that shit. So, I got principles. Like, you just not gonna make me pay some shit. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money I'm making up here. You just not gonna force me into paying some shit when we already discussed that my rent was gonna be $800. You feel me? So, boom, I ended up moving. I got so much pride, bro. I moved. I didn't even have a location. Packed up all my shit and just moved all back to the crib. Yeah. So now I'm meeting people back at the gas station. You feel me? Picking up, I got the gas station rocking though. Shout out to everybody that came to 7 Mile Southfield.
Man.
I got the gas station going crazy to the point where the owner at the gas station like, man, you can't keep coming up here with all these people with these shoes. So guess what I did? I moved to the other side of 7 Mile Southfield to the next gas station. So while I'm moving though, like my customers, they still going up to the Greenfield Plaza, but it's a dry cleaners that's right next to me in there. So the lady, she cut into me like, I see so many people come up here with shoes that I take the shoes in for you. And then we could just come up with a little arrangement on the side. I'm like, all right, bet. So she started taking shoes in. You know what the owner Fatty did? Told her she not allowed to take gym shoes in anymore. And he put up posters around the whole Greenfield Plaza saying, shoe doctor is not allowed in the building.
That's crazy.
No shoe cleaning in the building. All type of signs. Like anybody that remember that, like around 2014. So he basically blackballed me like, bro, how you gonna tell her that she can't take in those shoes because you so mad that I left, that you're not making no money off the shoes no more, that she can't take them in because you're not getting no money off that. You feel me? So.
Wow. Agreed, man.
So, boom, she said she still was going to start taking shoes. She kept taking shoes in, so he kicked her out her spot.
Damn.
Canceled her lease. You feel me? So she went and got a dry cleaning business. That's how I got into the dry cleaning business. So she went and got a dry cleaning building and called me, asked me if I want to go half on it with her. So that's how I was on Finkel and Greenfield. So that's where I got my first location at.
Yeah.
And it was half of the dry cleaners on Finkel and Greenfield.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pumpkin. You feel me? So that's how I got my first location. And I was in there for like about 4 years before I moved on Livernois. But during those 4 years, I had other locations too. Like that first year, we was going good. We opened up on Finkel and Greenfield. The second year, we opened up on 7 Mile and Van Dyke. That same year, we opened up a shop on Euclid and.
Wow, so you guys were just expanding.
Yeah, like, see, the thing about it, like, okay, mind you, I'm like 25 at the time. I got 3 stores open at the same time. I'm just told you, I ain't got no entrepreneur. I never go to business school or nothing. This shit just happening. Like, I'm going with the flow. So I got 3 stores open at the same time. I got one Midtown Detroit, Euclid and Rosa Parks inside the plaza. I got the one on the west side, Finkel and Greenfield. Then I got 7 Mile and Van Dyke.
Obviously, you're probably getting a lot of notoriety for this. And I know you were one of the first people to do a live stream with Complex.
Definitely.
And talk about that experience and how they reached out to you.
How did Complex reach out to me? Basically, like, Complex reached out to me because I guess they were scouting for, like, people who really involved in the sneaker community that really deal with shoes, and they wanted to do a live stream. Like, we did 28 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did 28 episodes. Like, so they wanted somebody that's really actively involved with shoes every day.
Yeah.
I got 3 stores at the time that's all we deal with is hype beast sneakers and designer shoes every day. So it was like, when they hit me up, it was like between like 10 companies, but it was like they told me like yours was like the best out of all times 10.
That's so legendary, bro.
So
damn, man, that's crazy as hell. And then I know you got, how does it work as far as getting the $100,000? I know that you had, first of all, is it like a contest to win $100,000 or how does that work?
Basically, it was a show from Revolt. It's called Bet on Black.
Yeah.
You feel me? So they wanted the best black-owned business that impacted the community the most. You feel me? So it's like, you gotta wake up and put 2 shoes on your feet every day. I impact the community whether you like it or not. Like, you ain't gotta come see me, but eventually you gonna come see me. You feel me? So it was like, which business impact the community the most? And I came in second place. So like first place was like 250,000.
Wow.
Second place was it was actually 95,000, and then it went down on from there.
Wow, man.
You know,
that must have been a big like motivator into showing you what you're doing, man.
Definitely. It was really an eye opener because like winning that show, it like opened a lot of doors for me. Like, I got a lot of things in the making. Like, when I first started Shoe Doctor, I wanted to be like Wendy's or KFC. Like, you know, it's a shoe doctor in every neighborhood. You know, I never knew how I was gonna get there. You feel me? Like, it's like that's a big dream to have, to be like the Colonel, like that shit lit, like, nigga. So after doing that show, I got so much feedback. Like, I got like at least like 15 people trying to open up a shoe doctor in different states. Like,
wow.
You know, so it's like people don't even know, like, that little break in, that shit was like, it was just like something you gotta take on the chin because I got bigger shit coming. It's like, I'm gonna be in every neighborhood around America.
Yeah, man.
And people don't really understand that. Like,
no, when you're talking about impacting, the culture in the city and stuff, it's like you wouldn't, you got that Spirit Award in 2018, right? You don't get those for no reason.
Facts.
Talk about getting that acknowledgement.
Yeah, when I opened up the shop on Livernois, that's the historical fashion district. And at the time, like, I was the youngest black-owned business on the fashion district. Like, at that time, I think there's a couple people that's younger than me. Shout out to them. Shout out to Culture Detroit too.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like, I got the award, and it was a good feeling, just to finally be acknowledged, because I got the award like after 6 years of being open in the community. So it was like, it's finally, everything. Like, some people be wanting shit microwave. You just gotta wait till it's your turn.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
One thing for the fans, people that have been fucking with Shoe Doctor for a long time, just the sneakerheads too, man. Talk about the most notable pair of shoes you've probably ever had to, work on.
Man, I done did so many shoes, bro. I can't even name one.
Well, what about the people, maybe customers that have brought in shoes to you?
I know you fuck with Sada a lot, so shit. Shout out to Sada, baby. That nigga, he brought in some shoes. We brought in some shoes one time that I know of. You know, a lot of people send shoes to everybody. Shout out to my nigga Barry too. But Sada he was about to do a show at Little Caesars Arena and shit. He had the purple and black 12s. This is the first time that we did business with each other that I know of. You know, he brought them in to get clean before a show, so it was like, that's what's up. Like, you thought about me before a Little Caesars Arena show, so that was lit.
That's cool.
You know, it's like, man.
Any NBA players ever coming to get the shoes, or they just
fuck
throw their...
yeah.
Yeah, talk about some of the NBA boys, man. It's kind of weird you figured they throw their shoes away, but they probably got the collectibles, so they're like...
Yeah, the most notable NBA player that I could think of, what's his name? Josh
Jackson?
Josh Jackson. You know, he came through a couple times.
That's cool as hell.
My nigga Slay from Alliance, before he got traded, he fucked with me a couple times.
That's crazy.
My nigga Beavis, I think he retired now, but shit. There's a lot of niggas that, like, sports-wise, like, just from the Michigan. Shout out to University of Michigan, too, Michigan State. Y'all boys fuck with me heavy. Like, I ain't really good with names.
Oh, no, it's all good. No, it's all good, man. I know how it is. It's like when you do it so much, it's like you can't even think about who's who and what's what and remember all the times at any point.
Facts.
Listen, bro, it's been really, really awesome having you on, bro. Is there anything you want to shout out to the audience, let the audience know anything about?
Yeah, we gonna be back open, man. We not going nowhere. We'll be back open on Liver Noise. I'm trying to get it back open before the new year. So worst kind of worst, we'll be having a New Year's celebration for the Shoe Doctor reopening.
For sure, man. Shoe Doctor, bro. This has been a really, really awesome talk, bro. And it's great to see entrepreneurship happening in Detroit to this level. Kind of like building, like you said, kind of having the McDonald's of a franchise, you know what I'm saying? Like just different shoe doctors, giving people opportunities, giving people work, jobs, also servicing a need that wasn't being serviced, also impacting the culture and the community the way you've been doing it. It's really great to have you on the show, bro. And I will look forward to maybe having you back again, seeing what happens when the store opens up again.
Definitely.
And having another conversation.
I have one question for him.
Yeah.
Shoe Doctor, what in your opinion is like your favorite or best shoe ever? Like, what would you say is like the coolest shit that make you stop and be like, damn?
The coldest shoe, like, everybody hate when I say this shit because, like, I deal with shoes so much that I'm not a sneakerhead no more. Like, I don't really even like to go. I can't remember the last time, like, I really wanted a shoe. So, like, I go back to, like, my childhood, like, the shoes that was, like, cold as fuck to me. And it was, like, them floral KDs. Them bitches is my shit. Like, they so comfortable and, like, I wore them bitches. Anybody know me? I wore them bitches for like 2 years straight, like every day at work. Like, and they never messed up really. You know, I ain't never really have to clean them. Like, these shoes are shit.
Yeah.
So shout out to KD. Them bitches is hard.
Do you fuck with Air Forces?
Man, like one time where like I got a bag full of Air Force Ones in my crib in Atlanta right now. Like 12, probably gotta get them bitches away.
I hit you up to get Air Forces one time because so you don't sell shoes because somebody told me to hit you up for shoes.
Nope, I don't sell shoes. Nope.
So
I sell shoes in Atlanta. See, people be getting mixed up. Like my lobby in Atlanta different. Like I got a shop in Buckhead in Atlanta, so it's lit out there. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta come see me in Atlanta. Like that shit lit out there.
I gotta follow. The most underrated shoe, or most overrated shoe, the shittiest shoe that people think is cool.
Oh.
Like gets dirty, fucking falls apart real quick, but they're
Air Forces.
Nope. And Atlanta gonna hate me for this. The Dior B22. Y'all can't clean them at the crib. So it's like, do you paying $1,200 for this shoe? But once you clean it, the dye gonna run from inside the shoe. So if you got like a white top or like any light color top and you try to clean it yourself, that shit gonna run. And you gotta use a special chemical to get it out. So it's like, fuck, I spent $1,200 on these shoes. They sweet as hell, but I can't even clean them.
How many times can you wear them before it gets the problem?
Like, at least, like, I mean, if you a nigga like me, like 3 times.
So you can wear a $1,200 pair of shoes
like
3 times?
3 times. But you got to come see me. Or you going to clean them. You going to clean them at the crib yourself. And that's what I see a lot, too. You going to clean them you going to try to clean them yourself. You going to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You going to be like, fuck. You going to come see me. Whew.
There you go, my boy Remy, man. Remy, you know who I'm talking to because all you got is Dior's, man. That's all he rocks, and I know you probably spending like $14,000 a year on those, and you can't even wear them twice. I appreciate you again, Shoe Doctor, man. We have you back again after the store opens up to kind of get an update of what's going on.
Definitely.
It's great to see what you're doing for the city, and I'm glad to see everybody supporting you, even though through the hardships that you've had to go through, man. Thank you again for being a part of this. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Level Visuals, and shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.